Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. This is the Raid Shadow Legends video, and we just got a What's Next in Raid video drop with a lot of new information. So I was originally going to just watch the video with you guys and kind of comment as it went along, but thinking back on it, I think the best way to do this is actually go bit by bit of what's included in this so we can break it down a little bit for you, my thoughts on it, and that way you're not stuck watching this video multiple times like you are with probably every other creator out there. So let's go ahead and jump in and start with the Awakening. So Awakening is going to be this new mechanic that's going to allow you to upgrade your champions in a different way than Ascension and leveling them up, right? So basically what it's going to do is going to turn your stars on your champions. You know how they're gold when they're unascended, they turn purple when they are ascended. Now they're going to turn red when they're awakened, and you can awaken up to as many stars as you can, much like Ascension, right? So you could have a 6-star champion with only 3 stars of awakening, right? And basically the way you're going to do this is you're going to summon souls, which is really weird. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to buy these soul stones that we saw just a second ago, and they're going to have 3 different levels of soul stones you can buy, and basically what you're going to do then is summon a soul of a champion. It's freaking full RNG, so it's not the best thing in the world, right? Because you don't know what champion you're pulling the soul stone from. You might not even have them on your account, which is a little less than ideal, I'd say. But what's good that's going to allow you to do is you're going to get a soul stone or a soul with a certain amount of stars. Here you can see Ghostborn with 5 stars. That means if you have a 6-star Ghostborn and you use this soul summons on him, he will be awakened to 5 stars. So you'll still have to get another 6-star soul summoned for him to get him fully awakened. It's not my favorite mechanic by any means. I think that's actually kind of poor, but we'll see how it goes when it comes in game. I'm not really sure. I'm a little skeptical of some of this stuff, but I like the concept here with this with the souls and stuff, and basically what you're going to get, because when you do awaken a champion, what you end up getting is you get blessings. So like, first off, there's all these different, soul stones. You have the mortal soul stone, you have the immortal soul stone, and then the eternal soul stone. And each one of those is going to pull a soul of a different level, rarity, that kind of thing. Like you can see, it's all RNG, so you can get a 6-star legendary perfect soul from any of these, but the chances is going to be a lot higher with the eternal soul stone. So that's probably what we're going to be looking for. However, I don't know if you'd call it a good part, but what you're going to need to be able to get that is the requirements are going to be like the stones you're going to get to do that are different for each one. So it's not like the same resource, I don't believe, at least from what I've seen for that. So that's kind of good, I guess. And of course, if you do pull, some souls that you don't want, you can sell them. So there is like a mystic market here where you basically can exchange it, right? So you can buy specific souls that you want from specific, from the marketplace here. So you can see right here, right, there's a Painkeeper with a 4-star split soul. You can buy that, or you can buy whole perfect souls for some of these champions here. And basically what that does, a perfect soul will level a champion up to that amount, right? So a 1-star perfect soul will take that champion to 1 star on the soul ranking, whatever, the awakening, right? But if you get a split star, like you see with this Painkeeper, that's a 4-star split star. So what that means is that you have to awaken him to 3 stars first, and then that split soul will take him to 4. So the perfect soul will take him all the way up to the star level. The split soul will take him, once you get him to the previous level, will take him to the next one. I don't know that I love this mechanic. It's certainly one that's here, but yeah, it's a little bit iffy, right, on how this is all going to work. That's one of the things that I'm not a huge fan of. But you can see the idea is you collect a bunch of different star souls, a bunch of different things, and then you can sell them, and you'll get back a lot of the resources used. Now, is it 100%? Don't know. Is there going to be a way for them to game the system so spenders are going to be able to get a lot more out of this? Oh, I'm sure there is, right? Basically, it's another summoning pool of all these champions. So they it's on a financial idea, it's very smart. They doubled their summon pool, right? They basically said for every champion you get, now you can buy shards of a different type, these soul, coins or whatever, these soul stones, to pull them again, is basically what's happening here. So in that respect, no, not a fan, not a huge fan of that. But, I do like the concept. And this is what I mean, where you can see the resources used for the eternal, the immortal, and the mortal souls. They are different, right? So those are different resources that you're going to be spending on. So I don't think that you'd have to sacrifice getting an eternal soul stone in order to get an immortal, or in order to get a mortal soul stone. So in that sense, kind of good, I guess, right? Once you awaken them, now all of a sudden they'll have these blessings that you can get. And they have a variety of different blessings here, right? So you can see all these things on the left here: light, dark, war, chaos. All these different things provide different blessing options here for you, which is, it's something. I mean, I can actually kind of play this and you sort of see what's going down. But basically what's going to happen is that you get different blessings, right? And they offer different abilities, but they all are designed for PvP. It's not to say they won't be useful in PvE, but they're designed for PvP for sure. And some of these things will like prevent you from losing buffs, or, just do random damage. You can turn people into sheep, which is kind of cool. There's a polymorph ability here. I mean, it's a little bit memey, right? You can see that right there, right? A little bit memey, turning someone into a sheep, but at the same time, it's kind of a neat thing, right? Like, I'm not against this, because one of the things I love is having the options. One of the great things about this game, there's a variety of different sets you can put on champions, a variety of different champions you can use for a variety of different areas of the game, which provides a lot of creativity and, malleability when you're trying to build your teams for different stuff. This is yet another layer of that complexity, right? So you can now start to incorporate some of this stuff, especially into Arena. I think it's going to be really strong, and these are going to be things that are going to be essential if you're trying to compete at higher levels in Arena. But I feel like this kind of stuff can be really useful in areas like Hydra as well. It's not going to just be limited to Arena. So it's definitely kind of an interesting addition to the game. Now, of course, the big question is, how do you get these resources to get these souls? And that's all going to come from this other area where we're talking about this tower, right? So this is another area of the game, the Iron Tower Fortress, basically this new mechanical boss, right? This double-headed twin tower thing, right? And he's going to be doing a lot of different abilities for you. Now, the interesting thing about this is going to be an affinity base tower, and that's basically what this new twin tower is, the Iron Twins Fortress, right? This is an affinity based thing. So it's basically where we thought the Void Tower was going to be. They turned this into Iron Twin Fortress, and every day the affinity is going to change, and you have to compete in each affinity. So there's 15 levels for each one, and as you go through, it's going to be based off affinity. So you can be level stage 15 for Spirit and only stage 5 for Force. It's going to really depend. You have to advance each one, and you're going to get a certain set amount of keys every day. We're going to get 6 keys, it looks like, every day, and it's going to cost keys and energy. The energy part I'm actually really down about. I don't think that's good, but you're going to, be able to have 6 keys to advance in this every single day. So it's kind of interesting. It's a lot like Faction Wars, and this is going to be part of our daily grind, because this is how we're going to get those essences in order to get those soul stones that we need to upgrade our champions. So there's a lot of stuff that's really cool about this. There's some stuff that's a little bit negative. But this guy's going to be tough, obviously, and, you want to bring in only affinity champions. So, like, if you're facing the Spirit version of this, you're going to want to bring in Spirit-only champions, because otherwise he gets buffs, and that's going to be problematic. It looks like he has some interesting skills, including this, like, Iron Mark here, and the Iron Mark will continue to grow. You can see we had, like, 10 ticks here. As he goes through those ticks, look at that. All the ticks moved up to 15, 17. I think later on in this video, you'll see it with they'll have 100 or something on there, which is pretty wild as it goes through. Yeah, look at that, right? Oh, just missed it. If we look back, yeah, look, 147 on Martyr. It's crazy amount. So there's definitely some interesting stuff going on with that. I'm interested to see how those mechanics work. Actually, they didn't really give us a lot of details on it, but that could be a really fun new challenge for us. The new dungeon's always kind of cool. So the only other thing that they're adding to this game is the Deck of Fate events. And I mean, this is cool. It's not really anything that I'm super excited about. Basically, you get resources by doing, your daily stuff, and then you get to flip cards. And when you flip those cards, if you get enough of them in a row, the same, color of them, then you get bonus rewards. And so that can be, something, I guess. But yeah, if you can look right here, you can see that the rewards that we're getting are kind of meh, right? None of this stuff is really, oh, I gotta have it. And even if flipping over the 3 cards, I think if you flip over 3 of the purples, you get a legendary tome. That's great, but it still takes a lot of RNG, and there's 10 epic cards in here. I don't know. I'm not super in love with this thing. It's kind of like that, the Path of Hero, right? Path of Light, whatever events that we've been having. those are okay, but none of those are stuff that I'm wailing out to get. I don't find them super exciting as far as spending my resources to go about doing. But obviously, if you're doing the stuff anyway, if you're already farming and doing that work, this is great because it's just bonus stuff. So in that sense, I don't see it as a bad thing. I just, I'm not excited about it. And then, of course, we do have some new skins. We've got the Syl the Drake skin, which I think looks awesome. We've got a Frost version of it as well, and I'm sure there's going to be more coming out. And then we have some new champions coming. You can see with these new champions, there's some pretty cool designs coming into this, right? This is the one I really want to get with the double twin blades, but I like the plague mask. There's definitely some cool stuff coming in the game as far as that goes. So we got a lot of additions, a lot of cool stuff kind of happening. I have my reservations about the Awakening. I definitely feel like it's going to be another way to split the community as far as like, the haves and the have-nots, but that's always been the way this game is. It's a pay-to-win game. It's been that way from the get-go. So I don't really see it as necessarily a problem, but it is yet another level of spending that's going to be incorporated in this, even if that's just more energy usage, which is something that you're going to want to do every single day. That's going to impact the farming ability of those that are free to play in this game. And I feel like that's definitely problematic. But, having these new abilities is cool, right? I like that part of it. These blessings, this idea of I'm going to give a different blessing to my champions could be really cool. One thing I am interested is, being able to reset that, test those, try different things, what cost there's going to be able to reset those, because always there's a cost to things in this game. So that's definitely something I'm more intrigued in seeing how that works out. And obviously, testing these different blessings in game and seeing what are going to be good combinations for different champions in different areas of this game. So definitely interesting. A lot of stuff kind of happening, coming through. So real intrigued to see what comes out. We got that PvP probably starting in 2023. And a lot of these sets are going to be designed for PvP to kind of gear us up for that part of the game. So could be really interesting. Until we see full implementation, I'm obviously going to reserve a lot of judgment on this, but in general, I like the concept. We'll just see how the implementation is. So anyway, guys, I would love to hear from you. Love to hear from you on what you think about this. Whether that's the Awakening mechanics itself, the Twin Iron Fortress. I think those are really cool things. And I would like to hear from you guys. Is this something you're excited about? Are you upset by it? Are you nervous about it? Are you withholding judgment too? Because, it's hard to know until we get into it. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and I'll try and respond as best I can. And that's all we got. So until next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.